welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be discussing Sister Wives with Letitia. So just a couple things before we head into the episode. Number one, announcement. Don't forget that the podcast is going to be on a hiatus, on a break, from December 11th until January 15th. We will be covering different shows we normally don't cover during that time. All of the details for that is in the Toe 500 Days of Bummer episode at the very beginning. And also on socials, it is so it's easy for you to find. It is pinned on Facebook as well as Twitter with all of the information there as to what shows we're covering, when you can expect to get them, and all that. So it's all there. Second thing, announcement, just so everyone is aware, I think a lot of people who do listen to the episode now, I think it was maybe a few weeks back, Letitia did announce that she is expecting. So that is happening. She's going to be most likely off the podcast entirely in the next couple of weeks. So next week, as long as we feel we have things to discuss in the episode, which I think we are going to have lots to discuss, that is going to be the last episode that she's going to be on. Unless we can somehow make it possible to do prior to anything, but most likely, I think it's safe to say that next week will most likely be the last week that she's going to be on an episode for a while. We will try to get her back on with the next season, or if something else comes up after that we want to talk about and discuss or whatever, we'll figure that out. But she's going to be off for some time. So yeah, that's basically that. But again, without further ado, let's go into the episode. Just as a warning, we do mainly stick with Sister Wives in the beginning. We do kind of go off a little bit in the beginning of Sister Wives, on a tangent. But at the end, we do kind of talk a little bit about Toe. So if you haven't seen the most recent episode or the most recent episodes, or you haven't seen the tell-all yet, I would just stop it once we stop at Sister Wives so you don't get spoiled if you don't want to be spoiled. So that's basically that. And we don't talk for very long on Toe anyways, but that's basically that. So yeah, that's it. I will stop rambling and I will put you over into Sister Wives. Okay, everyone, here we're going to talk Sister Wives. We got Letitia here again. She was off last week. She's back with us.
Hi.
To talk this nonsense. So before we kind of get into the nitty-gritty, the details of the episode, this episode made me laugh. I was actually giggling through most of this episode. You know what? It was actually one of its best episodes in a long time since The Knife and the Kidneys, in my honest opinion. What do you think?
I have to agree.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
have to agree that this episode was pretty good. I watched it twice actually.
Me too. I did. I watched it twice too. So I thought it was great. It was funny. Some stuff pissed me off, but that's to be expected because we're talking Kody Brown. But yeah, so let's kind of just get into it. So Meri is going to be moving to Parowan, moving to the B&B. And just off the bat, too, guys, I'm not talking about Christine and David announcing their engagement. I don't care. So we're just not going to be really talking about that so much.
Yeah, we can skip over that whole entire process because I'm done. Actually, hold on. Let's pause for 1 second on that. So my thing is, I guess the way how they like for where do they go? Parowan or something? What is it? Parowan or what is it called?
Parowan, Utah.
Whatever. Utah, damn it. They went to some place in Utah on top of a mountain. Oh, I love
Oh,
this
no,
place.
no, they went to Moab.
Same shit, different pile. They went somewhere in Utah, damn it.
Okay.
And David wants to be like, yes, this is my favorite place, and blase, 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 shove it up your asshole. Great. And then you get down on one knee and you propose to her, whatever, whatever. Perfect, shove it up her asshole, no problem. And then now, what irritated me the most is like all of her kids come over, and then I think what Christine's kids were there too? Or was it just her children?
I think there was some of his kids.
Yes, yes, yes. Some of his children.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and then there was, I think, just Christine's.
Right. Okay, perfect. And then you're gonna pop in this little video and be like, "Oh, look, it was such a beautiful place." And oh my God, are you engaged? Are you engaged? Are you guys engaged?
Like
Like,
you, I feel like you can open your mouth holes and tell them we're engaged.
and then you're giving the ring. You're giving the ring to David for him to do what? To put on your finger? No, bitch, just take the ring out of your pocket and put it on your finger.
Yeah, we don't need to see him put it on you. Like it's
Like I understand she's so over head over heels for this person. She's finally has a man in her life that's all her own.
and I get that.
That's fine, but you're acting so childish, so immature, so childish. Like, and then you're gonna sit there and talk about, is it going fast? Yeah, it is going fast, but we don't care.
Yeah, but I have to get
Oh,
this used to it.
oh, okay, cool. You guys don't care, but your children, on the other hand, have an issue. Your child, Yazabel, or however you pronounce the child's name,
Isabel.
whatever,
Isabel
Yazabel,
with a Y.
Isabel, fuck. My issue is like, oh, is he gonna replace dad? Bitch, why would he replace your dad?
No,
You're old enough. Hold on, hold
okay.
on. This is just my opinion. You're old enough to know that this man is not going to replace your dad. Common sense. This is your mom's husband, boyfriend, whatever the fuck he is. He's not your father. You don't have to call him dad. You don't have to do anything. You don't. But for you to sit there as an adult and be like, oh my God, he's not going to replace dad, is he? Bitch, no. No
Well,
one's going to replace your father.
I don't even know if she's legally an adult yet. I can't remember how old she is, but she's still
Whichever.
a young teenager, a young adult.
Common
But
sense.
it
Common
but
sense.
it's not about that. You have to read between the lines with what she said there. It's not about she knows that David isn't going to replace her father. She's trying to protect this relationship that she actually really doesn't have with Kody right now, but she wants to protect that and make sure she's not hurting Cody's feelings with developing a relationship with David. So
But
this is weird,
did Kody care about anyone else's fucking
but
feelings?
but that's exactly it. You have to think of it as a child's perspective. You have to think of it from that perspective. When there's a broken home situation going on here,
I guess it
she
doesn't
doesn't
bother
have
me
the
because I've been in a
relationship
broken home for so fucking long.
right. We are in different spots because exactly your parents weren't together before you were born.
Right.
My parents broke up when I was two. So we're used to that. We're used to the
Yeah, that's what we
broken
know.
home.
Right.
Exactly. But what I can say from a different perspective than what maybe Isabel's talking about is when you have a person that is in your parents, your, in this case, mother's life,
Hmm.
that they're living with, they're trying to start a life with, you want to protect the relationship you have with the father, with your biological father, and make sure that boundaries are being respected by the new guy. So sometimes that can come out in different ways. For me, when I felt that certain people, I'll leave nameless, was overstepping, I straight up told him, "You're not my father." Stay. I had went on the attack.
I've done that
Whereas
too.
Isabel is more because she's a little older, so she can handle herself a little better. It's kind
Hmm.
of like, and this is also very new for her. She's kind of like, I just want to be sure that the relationship is being protected and that my father's feelings are being protected by the choices my mother is making.
Fair.
So that's kind of more what I think she's trying to get at. I don't truly think she thinks that David is going to replace her father. But I think she's also just trying to say, I don't want him to ever think he is going to be a father in that sense. And that's why Christine came back with, he will be what you need him to be.
Fair.
So
That,
yeah,
that's fine. But it's just like it I think that Christine is just she's doing too much.
she is.
Like you're doing too much and it's like you don't like at this point you're being very okay, she's reminding me of my mom. And I think that's a trigger for me because my mom always put men first.
Yeah, and see, I didn't really have that as much, except for that one
Right.
particular person I'm talking about. I kind of had a little bit of that, but I
Right.
still didn't truly ever think my mom ever put men before me. But yeah,
And I don't think your mom has a totally different personality and a
my mom is a mom in all the
yeah,
senses. Yeah.
right. Where my mom is just like, okay, I have a man in my life, I'm gonna put this man first. Like I've
Yeah,
always
yeah, your mom's definitely done that.
yeah, several times. Um, so that's where it bothers me because it's like you're putting David first.
Yeah.
That's how I'm seeing it. It's like you're putting David first. You're not putting your kids first. Because me, I would always put my children first.
Hmm.
Honestly, I would always put first before
Hmm.
him. You know what I mean?
We know his name. Well, I do.
Yeah. Like that's just how it's gonna be. Like
Absolutely.
that's my child. That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
And I think even to turn it around and put it on him too, I don't think Nameless will ever expect you to do that.
Right.
Right? So it's just kind of like that's the
It's
other part of it.
it's respecting both my daughter and both my partner.
Right. And
It's a respect.
that for him too, it's like he's coming from that perspective. He's much younger than David, obviously.
Right.
And at the time where you guys first started dating, because guys, they've been together a really long time, he wasn't a father. And he still had that mentality. Now, obviously, he's very close to being one, but
Right.
it's but
And the
it's
thing is,
his
he looks at my child as his own.
yeah.
Because if he buys me something, like say for example, like on our anniversary, he bought me flowers. He damn sure made sure he bought my child some
Okay,
flowers,
that's sweet.
right? So he's never leaving her out.
Right.
He's never left her out. He's always like, okay, but what about the child?
And
What are we gonna do with the child?
that's really good too,
Yeah,
because obviously with everything that's going to be happening, like she's going to become a big sister very soon. And again,
really.
I was her age when I became a big sister in,
Right.
the physical sense. We need to get into it. And,
Oh,
and you're good?
we're good.
Okay. Um, so it's good to kind of have that because you also want to be sure that she always feels included because there is going to be a
Right.
huge transition with baby coming
And
too.
I want her to be so involved.
Yeah.
Like I want her like she already told me like I'm not changing Pooey Pampers. I'm just like, yes, you are, Trick.
I mean, I never did. I never changed poo-poo diapers with my brother. I think the only time I ever did was when I was a little older and he was still in, because he was still in diapers until he was like in going to school. That's a whole thing we don't need to get into.
Right.
It's harder, straight up, Letitia, it is harder to potty train boys. Just telling you.
He got a whole dad to go and help him out there.
Yeah, I think it's more about the fact that they're just I think with girls, we don't want to be in our filth. It's just biologically, we just don't want to be in our own filth. Boys don't give a fuck.
They don't.
Like he did
Side
not
note,
care.
side note, I went to my hairdresser to go get my hair done. Um, and her son, like her last son is she has 5 kids. So her last is a boy and he's 2. And like I mean this little boy was climbing on chairs, jumping off on the floor, kicking, punching, hollering, and I'm just like, absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Was getting her hair done. Um, and then we're both looking at each other like,
Bless your child's heart if he ever did.
and then
If he ever did.
she fully says to me, "That can't be my baby brother. That can't be my baby brother." And I'm just like, "Do you know who his dad is?" I can tolerate it.
Not only even that, who his mother is. That
Right?
is never gonna happen. It
Happening.
is never gonna happen.
Absolutely
Right.
not.
But
And let
that's
me say
exactly it. That drives me nuts about some parents.
this little boy was literally punching his sister, kicking her, spitting at her, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
oh,
are you not gonna? And this is an African household that I'm in. And I'm just like, so are you
we're just
not?
gonna let that happen?
And again, my daughter and I are looking at each other like, absolutely not. Because if my son was to hit my daughter, please believe your ass is getting a cut ass. Because you're going to learn at a young age that you don't hit women. You don't hit anybody.
You don't hit anybody.
You don't hit anybody, especially when it comes to a woman. You don't touch them. My children will know that no means no. You keep your hands to your damn self unless someone touches you, but let them touch you first. And that's when you throw hands. But you have to learn from a woman's point of view that no means no. Even from a man's point of view, if you have like your man friends, your woman friends, no means no.
Hmm.
And I tell the same thing. No means cut. You have to cut her name out of this. Sorry,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
no means no. You have to respect people's boundaries, man or woman, children, young adults, whatever. No means no.
Hmm.
If I'm not interested in a relationship, that doesn't mean you stalk me and you try to hurt me. That doesn't mean you try to touch me or try to do anything. The answer is no. There are too many girls and boys that get upset when either sex says no and they don't know boundaries. That's when the stalking comes, they're hurting the person or they're even killing the person, all because they were rejected. Absolutely not. My children will know we don't do that. You don't go after nobody that says no. If they said no, and respect it and move on. Plenty of other puss and dick in the sea. Find it somewhere else. But yeah,
But yeah.
I will continue on.
Um, so were we done talking about Chrissy and David? Because I know I think
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what we were
done
talking
talking.
about.
I'm done talking about them because they just drive me up a wall.
Okay. So yes, anyway, so Mary's moving. And
Yay!
weirdly, she says, I didn't do this on purpose. I don't believe her, but I think, and that's fine. Do it on your anniversary. Who cares?
Yep,
That is some karma. And she just
yep.
happened to have a clean shirt that says karma on it. Come on, girl.
She
Come on, girl.
she knew. Mary knew what
Of
she
course
was
she
doing.
did. Of
She knew
course she
exactly
did.
what she was doing.
Maybe there's a world where you picked the date and maybe didn't realize it at first, but you
Right.
eventually did long before this move. And you're like, let me go find a shirt that says karma on it.
Yep.
Because, come on. But yes,
Yep.
um,
Her brother, it wasn't her brother-in-law. Her
brother-in-law.
brother-in-law irritated me with the whole thing of pushing Mary right into Kody and then like
Okay,
shoving that
so
thing into her
that's
warrant.
where I'm at next. So,
Ugh, that irritated me.
yes, that is exactly what happened. I think his name is Nathan. He pushes this exercise bike into Mary, which then backed up onto Kody in a very sexual manner. Now,
Right.
if anyone knows, we've all done something a little similar to what we just saw there on the
Of
show.
course. Everyone's done
Um,
that.
yeah, of course. And um, she's like dying. He's like, I'm gonna punch you in the face to Nathan. And everyone's just dying. She's like, I have not been that close to him in like 8 or 9 years, which is really sad. Um, he's like, I have a wife. But of course, he
At
also
first. I don't mean to cut you off,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
And they're laughing and giggling and joking about it, this and that, and the third, but then you're just like, oh, my wife. You all
Yes.
of a sudden you got so serious about Robin.
Yes. He's like, it's like, I know it was a joke, blah, 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 but that was wrong. That was wrong. I have a wife. Me and Robin are in a monogamous relationship. And I'm like, motherfucker, if you told Robin that this happened, she would have jumped for joy. Are you kidding? She would be perfectly fine if you wanted to get
They
down and
touched
dirty
each
with
other.
Meri.
They touched each other. Like,
Like, if your penis just happened to accidentally slip into Meri, she'd be ecstatic. Like, I don't
yeah,
know.
because she never wanted the monogamous relationship anyways.
No, of course not. Meri was her last hope. She's she'd be so thrilled. But also, again, it was just a joke. It isn't, you don't have to take it that far and be like, I'm just dedicated to Robin and, Robin this and Robin that. And I'm like, yeah, so it's not that big of a deal. It didn't have to be this you cheated on, I cheated on my wife with Meri backing into me. Like, what? Anyways, um,
Stupid.
take a quick pause from them. Janelle is over at Christine's. She's meeting David today. Yay. The only thing that I'm going to mention here, because I don't care, I don't even talk about when Janelle meets him. Um, her and Maddie found property in North Carolina.
Yes.
So that's great. It works out for everybody. Caleb doesn't have to like change his job or anything. So it's great.
Right.
And it's a farm, so everybody's happy.
I would
Um,
hope so.
yeah. So Kody talks about this was kind of mixed into other conversation. Someone, I can't remember who exactly it was, kind of I think it might have been Janelle, mentions that he kind of is this kind of person who will hit a button that he knows will affect the person. So for example, for Christine, that was him saying, I'm no longer attracted to you or sexually attracted to you or whatever it was that she said. And
Yeah.
that is kind of the thing that he knows will hurt Christine. So then Kody says, I told Janelle that I wasn't attracted to Christine when I was moving my stuff out of Christine's house to Janelle's house. So he's blaming Janelle for telling Christine that. But let me remind you all, that doesn't make sense because that whole situation, if we remember, Christine was recording a video on her cell phone saying he no longer wants to be physically intimate with me. He wants me or whatever to be in a sexless marriage, and I don't want that. So I'm going to pack his shit and he's going to move out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
He comes home, sees all of his shit in the garage, and he's like, I don't know what's happening here. And then he moves his stuff out. So, how is it even possible that you're saying you told Janelle that you weren't attracted to Christine anymore while you're moving your stuff out? That's not true. You told Christine that, so Christine kicked you out. So you can't blame Janelle for telling Christine anything.
Exactly.
And not only that, he then ends this off by saying, that's so rude that Janelle tells Christine after I told Janelle, why are you telling your other wife anything about your other wife?
But I thought these were supposed to be kept private.
Private. Exactly. You're not supposed to badmouth one wife to the other wife.
No,
That's
you
what
weren't.
y'all said.
Exactly.
So it's Janelle's, again, at the end of the day, it's Janelle's fault.
Yeah.
It's never Kody's fault that anything falls
No,
apart.
she doesn't take any responsibility. None whatsoever.
And again, anyone, if you recognize these traits in anyone in your life, abort because they
Real,
are a
real
narcissist.
fast.
Yes.
Real fast.
So, in the next thing, Christine and Janelle were kind of talking about the financial stuff within the family. Janelle's kind of filling her in on the conversation she had with Meri. And Christine says, if you needed anything financially, Kody was the one who would basically write you a check from the family account. And that's what would happen. So this
That's
all to kind
crazy.
of, which is to me, it feels like you get what you get, your quote unquote, I guess, allowance from the family fund. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you need anything over and beyond that, you have to ask permission. It feels like financial abuse.
Absolutely.
And um, so the whole thing kind of to say, how can Janelle be the one controlling the money? If you had to go and say to Kody, I need X, Y, and Z, and he's the one who writes the check, then
Exactly.
that's him controlling the money.
Yep.
Janelle's just the bookkeeper. As she says, I'm just the bookkeeper. I send off to the accountant. And earlier, prior to this, that Christine says, Kody does kind of also say, like, well, I mean, I would kind of say where the money's going and moving to, but like Janelle did that. Like he's still deflecting onto, no, it's someone else who's doing it. It's never
Of
me.
course.
I'm innocent.
Of course.
He drives me absolutely nuts. I can't with him. Anyway, next thing. Y'all, Meri might not be the favorite wife, but she is the favorite ex-wife.
He's the favorite ex-wife.
She's the favorite ex-wife because, I mean, when you look at the competition, he hates Christine
He hates, no.
and he's kind of over it with Janelle. So, but he can get like, if he can get on better terms with Janelle, like it will never happen with Christine, but if he can get on better terms with Janelle, then she'll probably be the favorite ex-wife. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
he's so like fleeting wherever the wind carries him. What's that song that Pocahontas
When,
sings?
when Goppo.
Like you were literally doing it as if saying, what's that Pocahontas song?
When Goppo.
The colors of the wind. That's it.
Yep.
Wow, that
I
was weird.
can.
That was weird. That was really weird that we kind of just did that at the same time.
Because I know
Um,
exactly what you're talking about. Like, what? Oh my.
oh man. Okay. So, with that being said, though, Robin, with her
Great.
miserable ass self, everyone's laughing, having fun, doing their thing. And here comes Robin with her misery and is like just trudging up the thing, all sad with her clown sad face. And she's like, can we talk? Okay. Meri does not want to go talk. Mary's like, I'm loving life.
Shit.
Meri is happy right now. And she's like, I know this isn't goodbye. But like I love you. Like I just wish you could stay. Meri's like, fuck this. I don't want to do this right now.
Well, stop
Like,
manipulating the girl and staying. If she doesn't want to stay, she's leaving.
and then Robin has the nerve to say, anyone who thinks that I can manipulate Meri into doing anything is just laughable. And I'm like, but doesn't mean that you won't fucking try. It's not about manipulating and her and not to do something. It's just the fact that you're still using your tears and just hoping maybe this time I can get through to her. That's the whole definition of manipulation. Like, I'm just, but let me give you this gift. It's called a
You're gonna,
junk journal that
your
looks
shitty
like it
ass
came
junk
out the
journal.
junk. That okay. When
That
I
would go straight. After I'm done, that would go straight in the garbage.
yeah, hence junk journal. When I first saw this, both of me and my mom were watching and we're like, "What the fuck is that?" And my mom's like, and I'm like, "It's ugly." And she started laughing because I'm like, "It is so ugly because y'all, she can give her a little piece of an angel." Because there's an angel on the cover of this journal. Like, if you didn't see this journal, go back, watch it, and just look at this. It is, I understand the whole junk journal thing. I'm not against the whole junk journal thing, but like
Yeah.
it's just the junk journal thing that she created is ugly as hell. And she's like, she can just write her hopes and her dreams for, for her new life. And yeah, that's why I did it. Shut the fuck up. First of all, stop crying. Okay? Like just stop.
She's always crying.
Just stop crying. Like Sarper said to Tata, she cries, you cry too much.
It's
She's cute, but
annoying.
you cry too much. And
Oh,
Sarper is my favorite person. I'm sorry. Sarper
oh
is
yeah.
just, he's my favorite person because he speaks
Oh,
truth.
honestly,
Like Sarper the therapist up there. Anyway, um, I think, you know what? Screw that lady. Oh, I do like her. I can't remember her name, but I like her and everything. Get Sarper to host these one-on-one things. Oh my God. I
I
don't
can't
know
with
who
Sean.
needs to hear this.
Sean does not ask the appropriate questions that we need
Well,
asked.
not even just that. I'm talking Sarper needs to be one-on-one with these people on Sister Wives and knock some sense into some people. But that's what I mean. But yes, Sean, Sean, I love to see Sean. She looks amazing. My mom's like, she's gonna be doing this when she's 80, looking like she's
It
40.
looks like she lost weight.
Sean,
Yeah.
she's always been a skinny woman. She doesn't look any different. Um, but she looks like she's incredible. She looks incredible. She's like 60 years old and she looks 30. She's incredible. You didn't,
She's that up in age?
oh yeah, she's like almost 60, if not already 60. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay.
black don't crack, y'all. Anyway,
Really?
so she asked certain questions that I thought was decent, like questioning like Josh and Lily, like, why do you want to be in this relationship even though you ain't having sex?
The ending of Josh and Lily's thing, I'm just like,
Why don't you fuck my mom?
yo. I'm sorry, but she needs to stay in a child's place.
But the reason why she has that comfortability to do that is because they're so close. They're best friends. Lily said that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why she feels comfortable to say that. But at the same time, like I wouldn't particularly ask someone that of my mom, but I would question why the hell don't you not find her attractive? Like what's going on here?
What's
Like that's
going on?
weird.
Yep.
But the amount of times my mom's like, she says fuck a lot. Like
She's so comfortable with it.
constant. Why don't you fuck my mom? Why don't you fuck my mom? It's like,
It's like, bro, like, do you need to get fucked?
did you see how, oh, I think she is. Do you see that house? That's someone else's house. That is someone else's house, and that guy is rich. That's all I'm saying.
You need to find me a Chinese man. Shit.
Chinese business fan, I'm telling you. Um,
They will do anything for you. Hold your bag, hold your earrings,
give you money.
right?
That's what I
Shit.
want. So, but did you see how happy Lily was when she saw Jared on the stage? She's like, hi, hi. And Josh is there. She's like, I gave it a 3.
She should have just married Jared.
That's literally buyer's remorse. With I went to the wrong brother.
Like, my gosh.
Oh, shoot. Um, I've definitely had buyer's remorse before. Definitely had that. Um, so anyway, back to these people. Um, yeah, so Robin basically leaves after all of that, doesn't even say goodbye to Kody, and Cody's just hanging out of the truck like, bye. And she just kind of looks back at him and she didn't say shit. Because as Kody said earlier, she's not well, bitch. She's not well.
She's not well. Like, come on now.
Anyway. Um, so Meri is thinking about burning the family mission statement since, well, that didn't work out.
Might as well.
You might as well have a burning ceremony. Do up a little campfire and do some sort of dance around. I don't know. Just Yeah, that's what I would do.
But you might as well.
Yeah. Like, what else are you gonna do with it? Keep it?
I wouldn't keep it.
Someone would actually probably buy that on eBay. She could sell it.
Holy shit.
Um, so at this point they're in Parowan and he says, you know, if you have a good relationship with an ex-wife, it's like brother and sister. Sir, as soon as you have seen me naked at any point in any time, we're not
We
brother nor
are not.
sister.
Thank you. That's what kind of incest shit?
Is that? Like,
Disgusting.
we've had sex probably many a time, even though it hasn't happened in 8 years. You have a child. That's weird. Brother and sister. Anyways, for some reason, we decided we're going to take Kody to go see Meri's bedroom, which is, no matter how you put it, it's weird. I don't know why we have to do this, but we're doing this. So when he's getting ready to leave, maybe just remind you we have Nathan and Jen over in the corner, just kind of twiddling their thumbs, looking up at the ceiling because they don't want to, they feel like they're intruding. And I'm like, maybe you should just, I don't leave because they're having a moment.
You're having a moment instead of turning your heads.
They did. It
Well,
was awkward.
Cody's having a moment,
Cody's having a moment, and Mary's like, "What is happening?
right?
What is happening here?"
Her face
But
was the best.
he's like, "Well, it's an era, and you know what? Like, we had something special."
You're now realizing you had something special when this bitch was trying for how long to be with you, but you didn't give two shits about being with her. All you cared about was trying to fix your relationship with Robin, and Robin was a prize winner. Your pride and joy, and her children, and the children that you made with her. Like, are you serious?
We had something special, motherfucker.
Do not gaslight me.
How? How did we have something special? Because according to you, many a time through these past few seasons, she was a horrible person to live with. She changed up after you got married because, well, who knew that someone at 19 couldn't change? Um, and
It doesn't happen all the damn time.
right. And like you're saying she was a nightmare to be with. We had something
But then you're
special.
gonna say that we had something special. Make up your mind, please.
I'm just like, I'm going crazy. And Mary's like, what is happening? We had something special. You ruined it. And claiming that we did, like, we had something special. I would have, you saw those stairs you came up on? I'm gonna push you down them. That's what I would have done. But we had something special.
And if you get
Um,
hurt, I plead the fifth.
right? I didn't push him, Your Honor. He fell.
How did he fall? I have no
I don't
idea.
know. I mean, I'm pretty sure the house is probably haunted, so maybe one of my family members pushed him down the stairs. I don't know. Maybe my mom did it for me. I don't know.
I am done. Yeah.
But yeah, he said we had something special and just went to shit. He didn't say shit. I said shit. But anyways,
Went straight to like what?
he's like, I'm mourning a loss. The loss of your life. That's what you're going to be mourning. I'm mourning. I'm mourning a loss. I'm mourning a loss? Sir, you didn't give two fucks or two shits and had zero fucks about this relationship for the past 8 years, but you're mourning a loss?
Thank you.
I'm confused. I'm confused. He's like, I'm sorry for the past 7 years. The past 7 years where you
Now
did
you're
dick
sorry?
all, where she was begging you to try to make this work. Now you're sorry for those 7 years?
You gotta kick rocks.
Yeah, and kick them hard. Fuck up your feet. Anyway, um, so he also says that if she were to get remarried, I'll walk her down the aisle. Oh yeah, y'all. Yeah, have you met the guy who's walking me down the aisle? Yeah, that's my ex-husband. Yeah, my ex-husband walking me down the aisle. Yeah. I know, it's weird, huh? But I don't have anyone else. Yeah, he offered. It's fine. What the fuck? That's that's like if things were we won't need to go into logistics, but that's like my ex-husband walking me down the aisle if I was marrying someone else. That's weird. There are so many other people that I could ask before you. So many. So many.
The only
Khadijah has no
person
words.
I don't, because it's like the only person from me in my life that would walk me down the aisle is
Can
my
you
is my last brother.
can you imagine? Well, that makes sense. But can you imagine if you went, I'll take his name out. Can you imagine if you went to be like, hey, could you walk me?
That can't happen. Ooh, child. That can't happen.
First of all, I would have questions. Like if
I
you
would
came
have
to
to
me one day,
I would have to question myself. Like I would literally have to question myself and ask myself, are you okay?
look in the mirror and be like, I got a question for you.
So
Okay, we got really interrupted while we were laughing about your ex walking down the aisle. Um,
that would never happen.
I would literally have to demand a psychology assessment. Literally.
I would need a psychiatrist because there's no way.
Oh boy. Anyway,
No way.
um, yeah, and like we said, like Jen and Nathan are just kind of over there in the corner, kind of look away, look away. And I'm just like,
They
God,
could have left.
you could have just left.
Yeah, like there's no reason for that. Mary, you can see like, bro, stop your shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
Like
We've been
you
done.
you didn't want this anymore, so I did what I had to do to get rid of it, and
Exactly.
because you sure as hell didn't, and yeah, so now you want to cry and be like, we had something special.
Bitch, no, we did not.
According to you, this entire time you said that we didn't. But now you want to say we did?
We don't have anything special. So chill.
Behind my back, you say we don't have anything special. To my face, though, you will. Okay, great. Sounds about
Yep.
right.
Sounds about excellent.
And we get like kind of the still to come. So we're like halfway through, I think, the the episodes here. We're still gonna have more of this next week. More of this, let's cry about it from Kody. There's nothing else to say. Just thank you. Um, I accept my severance package. You have fulfilled it, and let's move on. The still to come looks good though.
Oh yeah, their backgrounds, everything. Like you can see that everyone moved on. Everyone's in a new place.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. It looks like Mary lost weight though.
I don't know if I noticed, but yeah, maybe. I didn't really notice, honestly.
She look either she lost weight or she looks like a whole burden has been lifted off her shoulders.
Yeah, you know what? She did lose weight. She lost all of Kody.
Yeah. And that's a ton.
Yeah. It's,
That is definitely a ton of weight to lose.
yep. Yep. But I think that's it. Anything else you want to talk about, Sister Wives, or are we good?
We're good there.
Okay. Anything else we want to talk about before we
Let's talk about B90.
I honestly cannot remember what happened last week, but yes, let's do it.
So I want to start off with Corona.
Oh, toe. Yeah, the other way.
Oh, lovely Corona. So Um, there's something going on there because I don't get it. And the reason why I say I don't get it is because how did Inky come to the US, sit on a bench, and all of a sudden he walks away and you never see him again? What there's something missing. Like,
Their whole storyline is missing because it's just, first of all, A, this was all fake or whatever. They weren't together when they were filming this. So it's like, no, none of it makes sense because it's not even real. So,
like, and then we have Shekinah and Harper.
sure, it's Harper.
Serp, whatever.
Harper.
Harper, Harper, Parper. I didn't christen it. Okay, the two of them are eating butter.
Oh my God.
First of all, ew.
Uh, We're on a high fat diet. There must be another way. There has to be another. The carnivore diet. There must be another way.
That's disgusting.
It's gross.
Sitting there and eating friggin' blocks of butter.
You know what? Mike's mom would be so proud. It's brain food, y'all. It's brain food. She'd be so happy. Trish,
Disgusting.
she's so happy.
Disgusting.
Natalie would have an aneurysm.
Shit. I can't.
Oh
It's,
God.
I'm sorry, but Dee Dee. Oh,
Dee Dee,
good
Dee
old.
Dee. Who's Dee Dee? Oh, Dee Dee.
Yeah, good old Dee Dee.
Like, I think we're friends. Like, you fucked him once.
And you guys are friends?
Once. And you guys are friends. I mean, I do have to agree with Shekinah on that. Like, how do you know him so well, but you, like,
Well, they
wow.
do talk a lot.
Well, they did. She brought out the receipts. They talked a
Yep,
lot.
they talk a lot. Definitely.
Oh, like, I would have hung out with them. I'm not gonna hang out with a girl who my man's had sex with. We
Absolutely.
ain't
Like
friends
I'm always Shekinah on that one because
on that.
like why? Why would
On
I do
that
that?
part. But her jealousy is way, she needs to check it.
She needs to relax because like her jealousy is way out of control.
If you are like that because you have clearly, I'm sorry, she has an issue with the body count, which I understand, but you still chose to be with this person. So you're gonna have to
Exactly.
deal with his past because my God, he has a past. So
Exactly. Everyone has a fucking past, so get over
everyone
it.
has a past, but his is extensive, but you're gonna have to deal with it because you chose to be with
Exactly.
him. And being like,
And he's a fool. Sarper's a fool because you want to sit there and talk about, oh, I'm Shekinah's only one. Negro,
how
she
are they
had a man
impossible? She has a daughter.
out. She has a daughter before you, so you can't sit there and talk about, oh, I'm her only one. No, you're
Like
not. Shut
that,
up.
I would have nipped that shit in the butt
One time.
immediately because I would have been like, no, no, I don't get to be exposed to your 2,500, the bottles, the book, the whole thing, while you want to live in La La Land that I only had sex with you and you alone.
Thank you.
We're not doing that.
Fuck
You need to
no.
get over your fucking self. If you can't handle my body count being nowhere near your body count,
Thank
then
you.
we're not it.
Like, what are we doing? And then
Absolutely not.
we'll quickly touch on Tata here
I
and the
don't know why
six.
I
No,
cry so much because, like,
it's
I'm
the
dealing with
sister
it.
from it's the sister for me.
Oh my God. She's a fucking bitch. Why do I need to know about him? I don't need to know anything about him.
But
Like,
you want him to do a visa for you to come there?
well, Tata wanted her to do the visa for her to come there, but that is wrong.
Oh,
I said straight up to my mom, well, not actually, that wasn't about that. I think I said this separately. That's actually regarding Joanne, Donna, and Shekinah. I'll get to that after. But there's nowhere ever will anyone disrespect my husband like that. you can fucking flat out forget it. I don't
Thank
need you to
you.
like him. I don't need you to do, you need to fucking respect him.
Yep.
Don't you ever think you can talk about him that, nor would you ever think you can get me to be on your side or do it. I don't care if you're blood or not. Sit the fuck out of my life until you can get your shit together because he's forever. Hmm, maybe you're not. Like, you're not gonna fuck with my marriage.
Thank you.
So the fact that she's allowing her to fuck with their marriage says a lot.
Yep. Like,
Eh,
kind of side note, like I remember when my partner was here, um, and my daughter was going through a little attitude phase. And I overheard my partner say to my child, like, you don't need to give me a dirty look. And from that point on, I already knew that my child had an attitude issue because her lovely cycle was coming on. And when she gets into that mood, I just know that her cycle's coming. But at her age, she needs to learn how to control her attitude when it comes to that because no one's bothering you. All my partner said to you was ask your mother first before you take it. Came and she asked me, and I said, fine, you can have it. But that doesn't mean that you go back to my partner and screw up your face and give him
okay,
attitude,
yeah. Yeah. That I get.
right?
Yeah, that
Because
I
that's how it
understand.
was. Like she screwed up her face, gave him the whole like I can have it, like I told you so. But it's just like so I struggle to get out the bed. We all know my position right now. I'm literally 9 months pregnant, people. So I had to do a tips and a roll and a roll over to get out the bed. And I had to give my daughter a piece of my mind because I'm just like, you are not going to disrespect him. You are not going to be rude to him. You act like he knows what happens in this household every single day because you already know how that is. I don't need to go into detail.
Yeah.
But it's just like just because he is not here every single day, that doesn't mean that you have the right to disrespect him in that type of manner. All he said to you was ask your mother because obviously he doesn't know. But for you to come out and give him a piece of attitude like you think you're boss, no, I had to tell my child what it was, where to go, and get your ass to bed. You're no longer having that snack that you wanted. You're gonna put it back in the cupboard, and you're gonna go take a shower, and you're gonna go take your ass to bed. If you had respect, you wouldn't have done that. You would have gotten your little snack, you would have chilled for the rest of the night, and it would have been fine. But no, you want to have an attitude? We're gonna zip that in the butt real quick. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit. So going back to Tata and what's his name?
James.
Right, him. I'm sorry, but I would never allow my sibling to disrespect my partner or my husband.
See, the only thing that I will say is a little different because this is a sister. She doesn't have to see her all the time.
Right. But
Different.
everyone can sit there and see that the sister has some type of jealousy.
Right. I'll get to my thoughts on that in a second too. But I think like what's a little different is because she is your child.
Right.
And sometimes I think we also have to still give a little grace where it's like, yeah, she's a child, but we
Right.
all have our hormones when the period is on the way. And we still need to like obviously say that's not necessary,
Right.
obviously.
But also know that a
But
child needs to stay in a child's place.
yes, but I think like still she is going, you got to think of it from this perspective. Sometimes a look and two can just come out your face. And I know she's been dealing with some other things besides all that anyways. But it's
Yeah.
just like sometimes a one two look can come off of her face at any age. So
Oh
how,
yeah.
right? So it's just because she's a child, yes, she's a child, but she's also going through the same thing me and you go through well, not so much you at the moment, but we go through every month when we get our period. So there's also
Right.
that part of it. So it's a little different than what Angel's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I don't feel like obviously isn't actively sabotaging your relationship.
Right.
Angel is
Absolutely.
100% trying to sabotage this relationship.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing when someone, I can't remember who it was that said it, but someone says, I think Angel is struggling with being the big sister, probably the only sister who's not married. And
That's
Tata
her
got
problem.
married before she did. I think
Oh
that is
well.
1,000% what is happening here. And so what? She wants to be like, oh, they met on the internet. So,
So
isn't that
what?
how most of us meet these days? It's online. That's the
Majority.
times we're in. Like, what are you talking about?
Thank you.
So, Tata needs to get a little bit of a backbone here and put some boundaries in place. Yes, I understand you want to have a family member there with you. You want to feel comfortable speaking in your language, and I hear all that, but there
Hmm.
has to be boundaries that are being set that Angel needs to respect. If you're
Exactly. I
not
agree.
doing that, then I'm sorry, she can't come.
No, not at all.
And the fact that you literally give your husband an ultimatum of I'm not coming till you start the process.
You would have stayed right there.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. Stay there.
Yep.
Like that's childish to me.
Yep. You would
These
have
two
stayed right
have
there.
no business being like in a marriage
Hmm.
with anyone. Who are you?
Would have stayed right there.
Right.
Because there's no way. There's no way.
Absolutely not.
I agree with that sexy Ireland guy. I agree with him because I would have said, cut that shit out right now.
Right? Well, they all
Cut it
said
out.
it. They all said it. Straight up.
Yeah.
Every single person
Cut
on
it
that
out.
stage said you need to cut that off
Yep.
until she learns to respect your marriage.
Absolutely. Because we're not doing this. Not doing it. Absolutely not.
Ridiculous. The other thing that happened that I kind of want to talk about that kind of on the same wavelength but a little different um, is Shekinah coming for Donna, Joanne's mom, in a way that I just don't agree with. Like I can understand you feel triggered because your mom or she reminds you of your mom and all of that, but for you to come for her in the way you did, questioning like the relationship between Joanne and Donna, and then want to get all pissed and mad because Donna came for you.
Yep.
Well, you came for her first, like Corona
Thank
said.
you.
So, of course, she's not going to sit there and take that shit. Of course, because I think she said, but we all think you dipped out of the States for dick and left your daughter behind in boarding school.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like people are going to question that.
Of course.
Um, and to me, Joanne just sitting there,
Yeah.
letting her do that pissed me all the way off. Joanne is a horrible person, in my honest opinion. She doesn't know. She truly is like, you want to get married, elope, and whatever, fine, go do it. But you don't tell your sons anything. You expect them to be okay with you potentially moving to Ireland for this sexy ass man, but besides the point.
Mhm.
And then you sit here and let another person disrespect your mom in that way. And you
Exactly.
sit there and say, Dickall, what the fuck? That will never fly. Trust me, I have seen people try to come for my mom. I'm like, oh, you got shit to say. And
Right?
I come for them harder. You're not gonna talk to my mom in that way. Who the fuck
Mm-mm.
you think you are? It's happened one of many times. And you know me, I'm not confrontational,
Right.
but someone comes for my mom. Oh. you better watch the fuck out. So
Yeah,
seeing her sit there and say nothing pissed me off. Open up your mouth because you have so much to say. Open up your mouth and say, please do not talk about my mom, talk to my mom in that way.
yep.
While Donna doesn't need anyone to defend her. She's good. But it's still just the act of you just sitting there, not even saying a thing.
That part.
No. I I would love
If you're
nothing
not
more.
saying anything, like,
I would love nothing more than to see Sean again on my television screen. Trust. But I never want to see her again. So I
no.
don't know what to do with that. Maybe I'll
Mm-mm.
just follow him on Instagram.
Shit.
So, but is there anything else? Did we miss anything? Oh, well, we
No.
did talk a little bit to Lily and Josh, right? I
Yeah,
haven't,
but
yeah.
they're just different people, and I just don't really care about that relationship.
But Sarper again is correct. Fuck your wife. There's nothing that makes me more pissed off when I'm not having sex. I am not a nice person. So I would also rate that shit lower than a three. Three was generous, honestly. It's a one
Right.
for me. You're not having sex with me. What's the point?
That's all. I feel that because I've had my irritations with my partner,
Yeah.
but I also have to understand like where my partner's coming from due to my circumstances right now being pregnant.
Yeah, whether you agree or disagree, we don't need to go into that.
Exactly.
But
So it is what it is.
yeah. But again, at least there is a reason.
Yeah,
What's Josh's reason for not you?
he doesn't have a reason. He's just being an asshole.
Can I just say something?
Hmm.
Someone, I don't know who it was, I think it was Lily, said that they had only had sex in the entire time that they've known each other 4 or 5 times. Girl, I did that amount of times the first time I had sex with my ex. That was all in one day.
Oh
Five
God.
times, 5 times. Hell, with my current, we did that in like a week or two. 5 times?
Well,
Mm, I can't compute that. I don't understand what is happening.
and the fact that you're back in the States, she's over there in China, like, bro, how are you guys working this out?
And then, like, I don't think he's there
But
permanently.
I swear he had sex with her when he went to go visit her.
No, he didn't. Remember, she said that they had not had sex since he had landed in China.
So then they didn't, when they went for that massage and everything like that, they didn't do anything?
They didn't have sex.
Oh my God.
Nothing, yeah, nothing had happened. Nothing had happened. Like, she was begging him to have sex with her. Like, nothing was happened.
So you're there for quite some time and you don't want to have sex? Like I don't
I'm
understand.
saying.
Like you have a woman every day right in front of you and she looked
She
absolutely
looks
gorgeous
incredible.
on her wedding day. You mean to tell me that you didn't want to take her in the back and just have sex with her right then and there? Because there is sometimes where I see Sean and I'm just like,
That's what
"Mm."
that's what I am saying. I
You know what I
have
mean?
never been well, trust me. I have never been in a situation where I'm like, I just see you when I don't want to have sex. Are you kidding? Like,
Right.
no. Like you haven't really seen me and like my current in that situation, but you saw me and my ex in that situation. We couldn't keep ourselves off of each other. So
Right.
that's why I can't understand how you're there in front of her and you were long distance and you don't want to just jump on that. My girl gave you a house with an elevator with elevator music and you're not over here having sex with her.
I can't.
I'm just, it just, uh, that wouldn't be me.
It's with the elevator music for me.
It wouldn't be me. I would not be in that situation. I'd be like, either you're doing it or someone else is. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Anyway, I don't think he's into her. I don't think he's into her.
Neither do I.
Because and he's over here being like Gino 2.0, that he needs to have, I don't want to have angry sex.
Shut up.
Makeup sexism is an incredible thing that we all need to explore. What's the problem? Like, it just, no. I can't take, I understand that you need to have that connection and everything. I totally get it. But I will never understand people who are just like, I don't do angry sex.
Yep.
Anyway.
Like, are you serious? Like that's the best type of sex there is.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what else do you want?
Anyway, I think that's it for me.
Yes.
So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps, every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.